general, cops are that cops are more willing to shoot if the
colored races outnumber the whites and have hitherto only been kept in subjection by a recognition on their part of mental inferiority. But here we are, compelled to recognize that an American Negro is our acknowledged master.
God knows how many females they could impregnate.
They'll multiply, and very soon a new species will emerge.
The American School of Race Scientists concluded that the races, as measured through their skulls, were so different as to be separate species.
We keep marrying other species.
I've lived in Philadelphia all my life, and I've seen what has happened down there when the colored people move into neighborhoods.
How do we know they're coming?
They're coming.
I'm scared.
We have visual contact.
Identify.
A black masser.
You see, when a predatory species is introduced into a closed ecological system, the extinction of the weaker species is inevitable.
One that could replace us is the dominant species of this planet.
The hitherto dominant race,
as the dominant species of life on Earth, will probably be extinct.
This is the future, and humanity is all but extinct.
Nothing human remains.
NHI means no humans involved.
Our race would become extinct, and theirs would regain possession of the Earth.
We have been invaded by another species.
We have been invaded.
An invasion.
The invaders.
This is a white man's world.
The invaders. Their purpose, to make it their world.
If they are not stopped soon, they are perfectly capable of taking over the Earth from humanity. The human race would be eliminated.
And the human race will be extinguished.
And not a single Western nation has a birth rate that will enable it to stay alive in its present form through this century.
It's a changing country. The demographics are changing. It's not a traditional America anymore.
In 1970, 83% of the population were whites of European ancestry, so-called Anglos. 10% were blacks, 5% Hispanics, and about 2% were Asians and others. By 1980, the Anglo rate had dropped to 80%. In 1990, it was 75%. Anglo decline.
And our whole civilization is in decline.
And 1 of every 3 people, not just school children, but people, will be what we now call minority.
I went to bed last night thinking we're outnumbered.
Minorities and voters under 30 is so large at this point. The white establishment is now the minority.
All this discussion that we'd had about this election being the election that will tell us whether or not we've lost the country. We've lost the country. I don't know how else you look at this.
We have lost the country. We won the war, but lost the planet.
Olympus has fallen. I repeat, Olympus has fallen.
Olympus has fallen.
I believe our country is over. America is dying and breathing her last gasp.
Unless something is done, and done quickly, the dominant species of life on Earth will be extinct.
Whites are now a minority of those being born in America. European American babies are less than 5 out of every 10 babies born and are projected to be less than 1 out of 10 births in just a few decades.
Obama got 93% of the black vote, 71% of the Latino vote, and he got 73% of the Asian vote.
Black or Hispanic or increasing numbers of Asian people and so on.
Minorities are becoming the majority.
It is no longer your world.
My duty to God, our Creator, to stop them from destroying the white race.
Ellen Storm Roof, an avowed racist, began complaining that blacks were taking over the world and that someone needed to do something about it for the white race.
You could, if that were your sole purpose, you could abort every black baby in this country.
They were looking into ways to develop a drug that would leave black women infertile.